Is Vecna Eleven's father? We think so. Let us begin today's video by saying that there are plenty of theories which support this, and we will be discussing every evidence that points us towards the given direction. Just to let you know that this video will contain major spoilers, so better brace yourself up for this one. You ready? Let's do this then. It is true that we have met Eleven's mother, Terry Ives, very briefly in seasons 1 and 2. And in spite of the fact that we do not have much information regarding Eleven's father, there is a high possibility that the spellcaster Vecna happens to be Eleven's biological father. Now, there is no denying that the biggest revelation of Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 1 was Henry Creel being the experimental subject, number 001. Dr. Brenner had no intentions of just studying Creel. He wanted to control him, and ultimately coming to a realization that he will not be able to control Creel. Dr. Brenner tried to recreate him and soon began a program, one that led to the other test subjects being born. In other words, that is how 11 was born. Now, if we have to stress on the part where Dr. Brenner wanted to recreate one, and given that nothing was divulged about his recreating method, it is quite possible that Creel's DNA may have been used to create the other children, which very much includes 11, thus making Henry Creel aka Vecna 11's father. You know it is a valid point, and you really can't ignore this. Next comes the part where 11, while remembering the events of the Hawkins Lab massacre, recalled Creel telling her that he was really glad that she was born. With 11 claiming that Creel tricked her, Creel told her that he actually saved her from being a prisoner there, further stating that to Dr. Brenner she was nothing more than a lab rat to be tamed. Creel called her superior and had even offered her to join him. His initial plan was to escape with her, mind you, only her. It was never really his plan to bring the other kids along, and that's why he got rid of them in the first place. No wonder he wanted 11 to join him into reshaping and making the world however they see fit. In short, he wanted her to rule the world along with him, and it is only normal for a father to want his daughter to do that. Amongst the number of possibilities that point towards Vecna as 11's father, the flashbacks show 11 being 9 years old and Vecna to be in his 30s. 33 years to be specific. Like it or not, but this does support the theory. Also, we can't really disregard certain procedures like artificial insemination or, let's say, biological sample from Creel being implanted in the mother, Terry in this case, and thereby resulting in the birth of 11. It is mandatory that we take every possibility into account. Who knows, the ultimate face-off between Elle and Vecna in Season 5 might take a turn where Vecna actually discloses to her that he is her father, so as to serve some kind of a distraction and make her want to save him? This theory here is huge, and if this gets revealed in Season 5, you will be the first one to say that you always knew it. Now, coming back to the part where Henry Creel was the very first test subject, it is pretty clear that Dr. Brenner did some stuff to him in the lab, the details of which have not been disclosed yet. We know this for a fact that Dr. Brenner's actual motive was to create more children like Creel, children with psychic abilities. Now, our research states that so far, the number of children who were part of the experiment were close to 18, each with different levels of strength. But if you meticulously look at things, it is only 11 who ended up having powers that, in a way, complemented the strength and power of 001. This hints towards a very basic fact. Her abilities are biological and they have been passed down through genetics, and we are obviously stressing on Henry Creel's genetics here. There's another intriguing and wild theory, we may add, which suggests that it was Dr. Brenner's idea to use the original DNA of 001 like a sample of sperm and artificially inseminate Terry without her having the slightest idea, while she was a part of the Project MKUltra. Well, of course it is not the right thing to do, but knowing Brenner's reputation, this possibility cannot be brushed off. If you don't strike a chord with this, how about a different theory that states that Creel might have managed to be in a relationship with Terry when she was at the lab and gotten her pregnant? Creel, upon seeing 11, immediately got fascinated by her, and he was always there to help her out in the lab. It was the biological connection that he had with 11 that made him realize how powerful she was, and that this precisely is what made him plan their eventual escape. With this, we have come to the very end of our video here. Do let us know about your views in the comments section. We'd love to know if you and we happen to be on the same page. Do you really think it is Vecna who happens to be the biological father of 11, or do you think it is someone else? Hit us up with your thoughts. Until then, stay tuned in for more interesting content on Stranger Things.